Good evening. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you tonight, but I hope you'll indulge me for a few minutes anyway because I have something important to say. They say that behind every good reporter is a good editor. It's usually the editors who say that, to tell the truth. I know a few reporters who might beg to differ. Anyway, I think it's true. But here's something you don't hear as often. Behind every good editor, there's a good lawyer. And I think that's more than true. And you know what? We are lucky to have one of the very best. Eve Burton came to Hearst by way of CNN. From the very start, she always said that her team's goal was to support the greater good of our company. But she also made it clear that achieving that greater good meant standing for something more, something beyond Hearst. That's a free press. And that free speech itself is the bedrock on which you build a democratic society. We have some very brave reporters in this room tonight, and some very brave editors. But let's take a moment to thank a woman who allows us to be brave by giving us the power, the weaponry, the strategy, and above all, the legal and moral standing to fight the good fight. So who is Eve Burton? Let me tell you. In one of the country's most publicized cases in professional sports, when Mark and Lance broke the Balco steroid scandal in 2004, Eve and her team fought fearlessly to protect their sources as they faced a federal subpoena and 18 months in jail for contempt. The order was later dropped. In the case of Capital Newspapers versus Bruno and Silver, when New York's elected officials were secretly spending millions of taxpayer dollars on pet projects, the Albany Times Union sued to get the truth and won. That was Eve and her team. And when Esquire magazine published a blog that satirized one of those birther books about President Obama, the book's author sued and lost. The winner was Esquire. But the real winner was the concept of satire itself. That was Eve and her team. We're all grateful for Eve because in the end, we are all better at what we do because she is so good at what she does for all of us. Not just those of us at Hearst, but all of us who labor at the honorable task of shining light into dark places. So thank you all for giving me a few minutes of your time. In closing, I'd like to add my congratulations to the incomparable Tom Brokaw and the brilliant team from the Knight Foundation, Alberto and Eric. And Eve, thank you. Keep up the good work and keep telling the truth.